hopefully very, very early. And it's been heartwarming, and I thank everybody. It was written that firing me was akin to taking Bambi out behind the barn and slitting his throat with a rusty butter knife. That was in the Independent's Angry Poodle column. And I'm not an angry guy, it's true, I'm a mild-mannered reporter. If I took my clothes off in a phone booth, I'd be arrested. But today I stand in union with Don Hobbs, who is portrayed in the same column as somebody who would chew on your face. So what do Bambi and this Hannibal Lecter have in common? Well, we're journalists. We devoted our lives to writing in newspapers, and in the papers and for the community. And we haven't taken up this profession to make a lot of money. You just don't. And we were happily middle class, even though middle class, it's hard to make it in this town. And money is not an issue in the dispute we've had with the ownership. The ultimate goal of every journalist is to get it right. You know, right factually and right in tone. And sometimes under deadline pressure, you make mistakes. And I'll tell you, it ruins my day if I wake up in the morning and found out I got something wrong. You know, since last July, there's been 41 journalists have either been fired or left the paper, and I just wonder, how can 41 journalists be wrong? And many of them more qualified than I in terms of range of experience in journalism. You know, I've been a sports writer in the so-called toy department for 38 years. During that time, at the beginning of those years, I went back to when T.M. Stork was still around in the last few years of his life. So I got to know him a little, and his platform appeared in the paper every day. Keep the news clean and fair, play no favorites, never mix business with editorial policy, publish the news that is public property without fear or favor of friend or foe. Now, I know Tom Stork spent 60 years as editor and publisher building this paper into a vital community institution, and I would say Wendy McCaw is no T.M. Stork. Now, I realize my firing touched a nerve in the sports community. They're a very passionate group. When my colleagues covered city council meeting, there are thousands of people in there standing and cheering, and I'm sure that got me some attention. And I just want, in closing, I want to acknowledge there's a few former sports writers who left out of by edict of management or following their consciences, including Dave Loveton, Chick Perkins, Jerry Spratt, and Mike Traphagen. And everybody wondered, how could you fire John Zant? He's been so loyal for 38 years, but how can you fire Melinda Burns, Anna Davison, Melissa Evans, Don Hobbs, Rob Kuznia, Barney McManigal, and Tom Schultz? Because they've been loyal for many, many years too. And finally, the Gotcha Women's basketball team has 2 big games this week, tomorrow night and Saturday afternoon, so get out to the Thunderdome and support them. Thank you.